and gentlemen, welcome to Breaking Tables. Let's have some fun because your weekend starts tonight.
It's the mafia, you know I'm rocking with the Bills. It's the mafia, you know I'm rocking with the Bills. It's the mafia, I'm with the Buffalo Bills. It's the mafia, you know I'm rocking with the Bills. Hey, who you reppin'? What's your team? Who you reppin'? What's your team? You know I'm reppin' for my team. I got that talent on my team. Like a high Jordan Boyer, can you catch it?
Tampa Neal.
What is up, Brian? Happy Thursday to you.
Making plays. We not scared of any team. Best
Yes, sir.
in the AFC.
Yes, sir. What's up, Tampa Neal? How you doing, brother? Happy weekend start, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Weekend has actually officially started for me.
Did I scare you when I zoomed in?
I just kind of figured you got a thing like my daughter has, the little cloak thing that pulls you over like Harry Potter.
I'm not that fancy.
Not that fancy.
Definitely not that fancy. Guys, if you guys are tuning in, thank you for tuning in. This episode is brought to you by BuffaloAutographs.com and, of course, Coco's Fashions. You can check them out at their new website that they just built straight on a buffalo.net. So, and guys, the only way to watch this on the Built-in Buffalo Network. So thanks for tuning in. Tonight's going to be an epic show, Neil. I think tonight's going to be one of our Mount Rushmores of shows because we got a special guest tonight, right?
We do, absolutely. We have Julie.
Yeah, Julie Edmondson. I'm pretty sure I said her name right. I always mess up names, but let's go ahead and get her on. Everybody knows her as Buffalo Billerina. What is going on?
Hey guys, I'm very impressed.
You got a fan base.
I'm very impressed with the introduction. It was very impressive and high tech.
Right? Yeah. Well, that's Bill in Buffalo for you. They know how to do some cool stuff.
Yeah, it was really cool.
I'm just here for the free beer, right, Neil?
And you did say it correctly, Edmondson.
Nice. Somebody did the research. Joking. Thank you so much for hopping on. This is going to be epic. And just side note, she is the sister of the chapter president of New Orleans Bills backers, Jesse.
Yes, and I'm actually here in New Orleans visiting him now. I just flew in.
Party girl time. Party.
Yeah. So we're going to hit up some parades this weekend.
So you just got back from the Super Bowl though, right?
I did, yes. I flew. We got back Monday, and then I just flew here today. But my boyfriend is a Bengals fan, so it's funny because we had talked about going to the Super Bowl, but we talked about it in regards to thinking that the Bills were the team that were going to go a couple months ago. And ironically, I guess it worked out where we had some reservations and stuff already because we were planning on going for Buffalo, but then we ended up going for the Bengals, but
it still worked out in everybody's favor. That's awesome.
It
still worked out in everybody's favor. I mean, you still got to go and not congrats to your boyfriend's team. Sorry they lost, but it's still though a good opportunity to be a fan watching your team play in the big one, right?
Yeah,
you got to see an amazing concert.
Right? Oh wait. No, hold on. We have so many questions. Before we get into this, Buffalo Billerina, where are you from originally? I know we had Jesse on the show once, but we're gonna do the start over right now. Where are you from? Buffalo Billerina.
I was born in Buffalo, and in like the Tonawanda, Williamsville area, and we moved to Atlanta when I was three and a half. Cool. So I only stayed in Buffalo for a few years and then moved to Atlanta.
And so you might know Alex, the backers chapter president.
Yeah.
For Atlanta Group, right?
Yeah, he when I used to go to Whitehall, one of the Bills backers bars in Atlanta, he always ran everything and was like the DJ and the host for all the games. But then I ended up going to a lot of the games, and then when COVID happened, I watched more games like at my house and stuff, and I haven't really been going to the backers bars as much. But yeah, I know him. He's a good time. Really nice guy too.
So last year, how many games did you attend? Because I see you going to a lot of games. I actually saw you at that game that started with a J. We're trying not to say that word here, but I was pretty intoxicated.
We don't say that here. This is Harry
Don't say
Potter
that here.
world. We don't say Lord V and J in the word. Oh, I'll stop
Smash
talking.
and go.
I'm just gonna leave now. Bye.
You really did.
And I'm
That's
back.
great.
Sorry.
So last season I went to let's see, I went to Miami was the first one I went to, and then I was supposed to go to the Washington game, but then that was in Buffalo, and we just felt like my family's still up in Buffalo where they were nervous about COVID still, so we ended up canceling that trip. But then I went to the Titans, the J City that we don't speak of, Tampa. What else did I go
And
to?
you missed the boat parade?
Yeah, I missed the boat parade.
Oh,
I
epic.
I
They were
know.
epic.
Hold on, let me lock this.
All right, what's going on here?
Sorry,
Everybody's jumping in.
sorry. There's a 3, 2, and 1-year-old running around, and so I have to try to lock
Okay.
keep them out. But and then what are the other games I went to? My December game.
Any playoff games?
Oh, Tampa.
Yeah.
And then I went to the Patriots game at home for the first round of playoffs.
Oh,
Here.
damn it.
Everybody
went there except
I
me.
was there. I was there.
Yeah, and I paid for the warm seats because everyone, was freaking out about like you won't be able to handle the 0-degree temperatures. So I paid for the heated seats, and they turn them off at halftime. Or they like turn them down because the people I was sitting next to, I noticed at halftime it was a lot cooler, and the people I was sitting next to were like, "Yeah, these are our season tickets. Every single game this happens, and they turn down like the heaters, so we like start freezing at halftime." I'm like, "What the heck?" Like,
that is the
What
only
is that?
football game that I've ever been to in my life where I only drank a minimum of 2 beers. Maximum of 2 beers. And we got the 16 ounces there that they serve. And if you don't pound that within like 2 minutes, it is frozen. I'm sorry. And it caught us twice because we're already trash from drinking all day. But that is awesome. That game was going to go down as one of my favorite games all time. And if you were there, you understand. Sorry, Tampa. Neil.
So was Fitzpatrick like near you?
no, I
Did
had
you
no
see that
idea.
whole thing go on?
No, I had no idea he was there until afterwards when I saw on like Instagram all the videos and stuff. But that's awesome. He just, he seems like a really fun guy to be around, I feel like. So I'm disappointed I missed out on that.
How did you get your name, Billerina? Was that just something you like, ballerina, but with a Bills thing? And that kind of confuses me, and I get confused very easily. So please don't be offended.
So it's a funny story. So I've always been very into football since I was, as far back as I can remember. And when I was in college, one of my friends was helping coach at Georgia Tech. And he was like, "Hey, if you want to come and like see the stadium and see everything, feel free to come one day." So one day I went there, I toured the stadium, and then they were having like a meeting before a game against Clemson, I think it was. And they were all meeting in the in this conference room. And I went in there and I gave them some kind of like feedback as far as like what they were deciding for a play or something. And my friend turned to me, he was like, you know a lot about football. Like, he said for a girl, but
It's messed up.
Yeah, he was like, you should use that to your advantage though. And like men would love if you could somehow teach their wives or teach women in general, like about
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm just a little girl that I can go. No.
Yeah,
What did you do? This is an awesome story, by the way.
Yeah, I think he meant it as a compliment, but like it was but yeah. And so he was like, you should create like a website or something. So I was like, okay, yeah, I could do that. I could create a website. He was like, you could be known as like Billerina, and like a bill would put a girl spin on it. And so I looked up on Instagram, and there was already some person named Billerina. I think it was like a little kid who accidentally misspelled ballerina. So I couldn't have like that name. So I was like, well, what about Buffalo? And that worked. And so I just changed it to Buffalo Billerina. And then I made a website that was called like Flirt in 10 instead of First in 10. and I think it still exists, but I
Nice.
talk about all the positions, and then I would analyze every Bills game afterwards, like what we did well, what we didn't do well. Like I got really into it for a few years. And then that kind of I stopped the website and I just kept going with the Instagram. And then people started to like walk up to me and stuff at games. And so I was like, I guess I will keep it going. I just don't know at what point, like, can I be an 85-year-old and be known?
Absolutely.
Yes,
by that
absolutely.
time, by that time you're, they're gonna demolish the whole Mount Rushmores of Bills fans, and they're gonna, your 94th birthday, you're gonna do a draft for them. Okay.
Yeah, that would be awesome. But yeah, that's how it got started. And like my dad, when we go to games, there'll be somebody in the distance like Billerina, and my dad's like slightly embarrassed, like slightly super proud. But yeah, it's funny because like even my family will be like, "Oh, Billerina's here," and stuff. Like it's yeah, it's a fun.
Well, that's
thing.
awesome. That is awesome. That is awesome. I'm glad that you were able to finally get to New Orleans after coming back from a crazy trip. So when you said in the message that your flight got delayed, which was, I'd love to hear that story because we all fly all the time, and you went to the Super Bowl parade, right? So because of the Bengals, because your boyfriend or husband.
Boyfriend.
Hope I'm not saying it wrong. Boyfriend is a Bengals fan, which is badass. And then so you guys went out there. But what was your did you have fun though? I kind of saw some photos. You kind of wearing some Bengals gear.
I know.
Bills Mafia, is that okay? Is that allowed?
I know. People, you wouldn't believe how many people sent me messages. That's why I had to clarify the other day. Like, I'm in no way, converting over to the Bengals, like at all. But he, ironically, is a Bills fan too. He just was born in Cincinnati. And honestly, I think we were supposed to go to the AFC Championship. If it came down to it, he doesn't mind if the Bills would have won that game, if we would have played them. But he's from Cincinnati and he supported the Bills throughout. He actually would watch Bills games before he'd watch Bengals games because Bengals games would be at 1:00 too, a lot of times. So he would, so he was so super supportive. So then when my team's out, it's like, why not? Plus, I've overworn so much here. I was excited to wear different colors. I guess.
Miriam.
So how many Bills fans do you see at the Super Bowl?
So I saw that. I took a picture of the one guy at our tailgate. We did the on location tailgate. I guess the NFL is associated with it somehow, or I don't know. But and there was a guy in a Josh Allen jersey that I spotted probably within 2 minutes. But I had fun. But overall, I would see a table and I would just think of the potential of that table.
Was there any tables broken, even though we weren't in it? No. Okay. Which is wow, we are turning this tailgate down to a -5. And we can see pictures. It wasn't really
Well, the majority of the people, I would say 60% of the people, you didn't know what team they were rooting for. It was, I would say, I think the Bengals actually represented better than the Rams did, but overall it was, you were kind of guessing who they were supporting. It was just people were in regular clothes, which was also disappointing. And just it was hard to see even during the game. It's it wasn't an offensive battle really. It was a pretty, there were a couple plays, but it was a pretty boring offensive game. And I just was thinking the whole time, if Josh Allen was out there, it wouldn't be this boring.
No doubt. No doubt.
Me too. We're all
and literally everybody who watches the NFL is like, Josh Allen would have destroyed these guys, dude. What the fuck?
Well, we played the Rams. I think it was last year, in September when we played the Rams. They not this last season, but the season before.
Right. When Jared Goff was their quarterback.
Oh, true. Yeah, I guess that's not fair. But they still had
Josh Allen's second year.
They still had Donald and a good defense, relatively good defense.
Exactly. Yeah.
And we won that game. So
we were down. Fourth quarter comeback. Josh Allen, baby. Or was it a field goal? I can't remember. That was a lot of drinks ago.
That was a lot of drinks ago, that's for sure.
long time ago.
Yeah. I feel like we would have won that game for sure. And I don't know, even when we were walking the night before on the beach, I would say maybe like every 15th person would say like the Who Day for Bengals or whatever, like kind of like our Go Bills thing. And I'm like, there's no way we'd be walking this beach without a constant like Go Bills, Go Bills, Go, like every single person we saw. Like
Exactly.
Bills Mafia would have flooded every city. Like it, I don't know. It's
Bills
stinks.
Mafia makes economies grow.
Yeah.
Say that you're going to a playoff game. Say that you're going to a divisional game. Say you're going to the Super Bowl. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you that playoff game in Kansas City, there was a lot of Bills fans, a lot more than I expected, because Kansas City has a good fan base.
Yeah.
So I was shocked to see the amount of blue that I saw there, and excited as hell.
Yeah, and that's why, like, I know that, you know, Buffalo is I mean, the economy wise, like, it would be tough to afford those Super Bowl tickets. And some advice, definitely wait like 3 days before. My uncle had told me to wait 4 days before. He said, wait till the Thursday before to buy tickets. And we kept waiting because initially when we looked, the cheapest ones were $7,800. And I was like, that's just, I'm not going to pay that for a team that is my boyfriend's team. Like, no. And
that's awesome. That's
seriously,
seriously, that's funny as hell.
Yeah, like I'll go out there with you, but no, I'm not paying for that. But then so I waited the Thursday and they dropped to like 3,900, and then Friday midday, actually this company Ticket IQ on Instagram told me like, hey, get your tickets soon. In like an hour, they're going to start to go up again. And I looked and we got them for 3,400, 3,400 or 3,500. And then right after, like literally 20 minutes after 2:00, like they went up, they started going up again. So we basically paid less than half of what we were going to pay, like initially for the whole, and we got a tailgate, all you can drink, all you can eat, like tailgate thing too.
Holy shit.
So
Captain Neal, take notes for Arizona next year, bro.
Well, I bought Super Bowl tickets for the game here in Tampa, and I bought it the exact same way, on location. So I got them the exact same way that you did. Got the tailgate part and everything, and I was ready for the Bills to be in that Super Bowl because obviously we're the AFC Championship. And unfortunately,
back to back,
did not.
Yeah,
sold them
back to back. So
I
you went
parted my ass off.
You went there. Can you give us eyes on? Again, there's a lot of Bengals fans in Los Angeles. This is a home team. I'm sure Tampa was absolutely flooded. They canceled schools on Monday. They closed major highways. You cannot go through up and around Tampa. But here in Los Angeles, a major thriving city, you're telling me you went to the parade, right, Julie? No.
No.
Oh, you did.
Nobody went to that parade. Did you see the people that were there?
Does that represent the fan base that were at the game?
The LA. Oh yeah, I saw the pictures and stuff. How it was. Yeah, like I said, like it's honestly like I would say you would even people in Ram stuff, like it didn't, like there was a guy on our bus from the hotel to the shuttle that we were on from the hotel to the stadium, and he was the only Rams person, and he was talking to us and he was like, I mean, I'm from LA, so like I got to root for him. He was like, but if the Bengals win, like I'm cool with it. Like he wasn't even a very passionate fan. So I think the fans that they even have aren't even that into it. It's just like the thing to do. And hey, why not pick it? I mean, look at the Lakers. Like, why not pick a team that is winning? That's very like LA-ish. I feel like to pick a winning team and just go with that. Oh, yeah. And but even when we were after the game ended, like we wanted to leave and not watch the celebration and stuff because like obviously we didn't like that they won or whatever. And so we were walking out, and I was just shocked at how many Rams fans were walking out with us. I'm like, your team just won. Why aren't you back there watching the MVP ceremony and the celebration? Like you're walking out to leave to avoid traffic or whatever. And I was just like, there's no way, again, comparing everything to Bills Mafia, like there's no way that stadium wouldn't have been completely packed with the fans of the winning team if it was the Bills.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I like Stafford. I went to Georgia, so I'm happy for Stafford, but overall as a franchise, like an organization, like they didn't deserve, in my opinion, to win, but they won. So whatever.
How about the Bengals, though? Selfishness. Before Daniel asked a question, selfishness. I am being a Bills fan. I didn't want Joe Burrow to get a ring before Josh Allen. No matter how much love I have for that city of Cincinnati, which I'm going to go to. That's one of my go-to games this year, Cincinnati. And I gotta find Cincinnati Bills backers. I don't think they're existent. I don't know, but so it just. I was rooting for Stafford. He was 13 years with a shit team, just complete throwing his whole career away. And he's a good quarterback. Stafford is a good quarterback and a tough quarterback.
Yeah. And I really like, and his family. I ended up on a flight with Matthew Stafford's wife, Kelly Stafford. Her brother is the wide receiver, Chad Hall, the wide receivers coach for the Bills. So,
oh, nice. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So the Bills wide receivers coach and Matthew Stafford are brother-in-laws. So on one of my flights from Atlanta to Buffalo, I ended up sitting next to Kelly Stafford and Chad Hall, our wide receivers coach's mom. And so she was talking to me all about it and everything. And she was like, at that point he played for Detroit. And she was like, yeah, my son-in-law plays for Detroit and my son plays for the Bills. So it would be crazy if we ended up with a Super Bowl, the Lions and the Bills ended up in a Super Bowl. I don't know who I would root for. And it could have very well almost have been, the Rams and the Bills this year. But yeah, the family is wonderful. She was wonderful. Chad, I actually stayed in touch with them, and Chad has hooked us up with on-field passes and game the Houston
Nice.
playoff game. He hooked us up with tickets and stuff to that. So they're a wonderful family. I really like them. I just obviously for my boyfriend, then for the small city of Cincinnati, and I remember too how excited I was when Tyler Boyd caught that touchdown from Dalton to send us to the Super Bowl, to send us to the playoffs. What was that? 4 or 5 years ago?
Yeah.
And so I
2017.
always had a soft spot for the Bengals because they did that for us. Because I thought that there's no way they were going to do that, and they did it. So.
I know, but you're going to hear so much hate if they went. And I'm being selfish. It just, I would hear so much hate. Well, Joe Burrow, here's Joe Burrow coming out of the woodwork. Josh Allen can't even get there. I mean, come on. I'm selfish. We don't want to hear that negativity, right?
Yeah.
Well, and two, I don't like a quarterback. This is his first full year, really. That's too soon to be winning a Super Bowl. I mean, if you're trying to play I don't know, because to me, I get what you're saying, because to me, Josh Allen is a better quarterback overall. I mean, 100%. Joe Burrow just figured out a way to win the games that we couldn't somehow.
He's got Tamari Chase to throw to. We have Kelvin Benjamin and Zay Jones. We are not the same.
Yeah. I just think you should have to be in the league a little bit longer to earn that Super Bowl. And I don't necessarily like how Joe Burrow comes off. It's great to have confidence and stuff, but it's another thing to be overconfident, because I don't know
if he's being cocky or just he thinks he's funny, but he's like, was that a douchey comment? I don't know.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. He's got a good smile. Okay, we'll just, I don't know. That's weird, right? I agree 100%.
Yeah,
I do love his stogie afterwards, because I love a nice cigar too.
Well, Matthew Stafford, he smoked one too.
Richard Rush goes, Tamanil, you want to tackle this one? You start us off with your accent.
Well, hello, y'all. When we win the Super Bowl,
hold on, Sue Scottish.
I already have my accent.
Backer Scotland on the end of the month. Come on, you did a great time the other time, bro. Let's try it. Let's try it.
Oh, this is a Scottish one. When we win the Super Bowl, they'll have to throw the Bills Mafia out of the stadium. LOL.
They're going to need an army. They're going to need an army, and that was really funny.
I like his Bitmoji thing. His Bitmoji thing is cute. He's a little fisherman.
Oh,
I'll tell you one thing. That parade that LA had was a absolute embarrassment. Did you see how many people were there, or how many people weren't there?
They didn't. After watching that, I'm like, all right, I'll take that one over the Joe Burrow, before we had this conversation, I was all about being selfish and I didn't want Joe Burrow to get a Super Bowl over Josh Allen. And then I saw the fan base at that Super Bowl parade, and I was like, Jesus Christ, Cincinnati would have the best. They had more people at the airport doing a Bills Mafia style than Los Angeles. That's embarrassing for the Super Bowl parade.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. But overall, like the stadium was super cool though. I've been to, I think 21 different stadiums. My goal is to go to all of them, but that was probably the coolest as far as you looked over at one side and you could see like the water and everything, and the landscaping is beautiful. And then you look the other side.
Stadium's amazing.
Yeah.
It looks amazing.
Really cool.
Yeah, it was the coolest. It was by far like the coolest stadium. Prior to that, my favorite was Chicago, the Bears Stadium.
Really?
But
going there next year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna go there. Cincinnati. But yeah, it was a really cool stadium. But everything. Even the Uber from the airport to the hotel was $85. It was a mile and a half.
Oh my God! What? I'm okay to walk 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Sir, thank you.
Crap.
Yeah, once we got in, we literally got in, like got our stuff and like popped out my phone and we were there. And I'm like, what? We should have looked how far we were actually going because this was $80-something. Like it was ridiculous.
Well, I'll tell you, Houston Stadium was an absolutely awesome stadium. I thought that's probably my top one that I've been to so far. But or University of Phoenix was a good one too.
Did you go to Atlanta?
I have not been to the Atlanta one. No. Not
My
the new
buddy
one. I've been to the old.
I
went to the old stadium,
awesome.
but I have not been to the new one.
It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. That's another top feature wonder of the world. Also goes along with, how about Las Vegas?
Yeah. We missed our shot to go there.
Las Vegas. When can we play Las Vegas?
Dude, last year, man.
The biggest complete takeover, I believe. More than Tennessee. Mark that down right now. Today's 2/17/2022. Are you kidding me? Tampa near Vegas? We're talking Vegas, baby.
Tennessee was insane,
bro.
Man.
Vegas. Have you been to Vegas?
I understand that, but Tennessee. I've been to Vegas plenty of times.
Have you been to Vegas, Billerina?
Well, the Vegas was I feel like the trip that everyone picked to go to, like that in Nashville last year. We're supposed to be the away games that like everyone I knew was going to. So yeah, that was the plan. That would be insane. I was kind of shocked this year with because we played the Titans 3 years in a row, and I didn't go when COVID, when they changed it to like the Tuesday night game, but the year before that, it was absolutely insane. Like
it was insane. I know.
So were you guys both there?
I was at both the Tennessee ones.
I wasn't.
2019 and this year.
Last minute, I pulled out. I was like, I can't.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
It literally felt like a home game. Like it was insane how many. It was probably like it felt like 90% Bills fans. But
we all saw the photos. We saw like, oh my God, complete takeover.
Yeah, but then this past season, I think because the Titans have gotten relatively good, they have more of like a fan base. And I would say, you could still hear the Bills Mafia, like when we would have the ball and stuff, but it was nothing like it was 3 years ago when we were there.
Yeah, 2019 was crazy.
Oh, wait, we got somebody behind you.
That's my brother-in-law. He's sneaking in. He's sneaking in to get his laptop, I think, or his earbuds, whatever they're called.
Do a cartwheel when you come back the other way. That'd be
Dan, do a cartwheel.
Good for ratings. Backflip. Do a triple Lux backflip. 360 McVarial. Tony Hawk style. Come on. All right. No, I forgot where I was going with this.
Sorry.
Way to ruin the show, Stan. I'm joking. Yeah. I hope his name was Stan.
He was Dan, but you can call him Stan.
Dan. Oh my God.
Yeah, anything that rhymes, but it's fine. But yeah, I think it will be next year the Super Bowl is in Arizona, and that was one of the games that last year, not this past season, but the season before, that I was going to go to too, and that would have been the Hail Mary game too. But it's also during, I guess, like some kind of golf like trash.
So yeah, this golf tournament. So I lived in Phoenix for a couple of years.
Waste management
This
golf
golf
tournament is the best
is
tournament
absolutely
all
amazing. I've been to this tournament twice, and the 16th hole, they set up like a stadium around the 16th hole, and people just get hammered.
Party.
I mean, every golf course, every PGA event I've ever been to, other than this, is like, shut the fuck up. This one here, it is an all-out party.
No sneezing, Gary!
This was 15 years ago when I went to it, and a buddy of mine. When you go there, you park and you get a shuttle over there because there's no parking near the golf tournament itself. So our drunk asses got lost in the desert trying to find our vehicle. Probably shouldn't have been driving anyways, but that's another story. For the record, I wasn't driving, but we had the shuttle bus we took was the wrong one, and we were walking through the damn desert trying to find my buddy's car, and we ended up paying some high school kid $20 to take us to the right area. It's a pretty epic event to go to. But when I was there, they had that event. It was the same thing, back when the first Super Bowl was at the stadium. They had the Super Bowl, the Waste Management, well, at the time it was the FBR Open, and the PB or the Jackson, what the hell is it called? Barrett Jackson, all going on the same weekend.
The Barrett Jackson car show. The car show.
Yeah.
It is
it was
Barrett
insane.
Jackson down there.
So yeah,
I went to one of those. It is, oh my God.
Well, it's funny because Tampa got the Super Bowl last year because New Orleans got pushed back because it conflicted with Mardi Gras.
Oh.
They didn't want to have Mardi Gras in the Super Bowl the same weekend.
And they're like, no, our revenue is Mardi Gras. Sorry. We make our revenue in 1 year Mardi Gras.
So everything got pushed back. Like this year was supposed to be Tampa's year.
Are you going to Bourbon Street?
So we're doing like the kids parades.
Right. On the other side of town.
Yeah, I guess. And I guess the big Mardi Gras is until next weekend. I get, right?
No.
I think.
Well, I mean, I went there 5 times. I think a couple of them once like a week beforehand, many times in the thing. You got to walk like just to get around people and stuff. But week before is usually pretty epic because it's not as crazy. So I think if you have to go out one of these nights, this is about the time you should go out and just experience Mardi Gras without the crazy epicness,
Yeah. So funny story. My parents, I think I was probably like 10 or 11 and my sister was 8. My brother was 12 and they thought it would be like great family vacation to take us to Mardi Gras. So they took us to Mardi Gras and, at one point we were down in like the French Quarter and we had to use the bathroom and we went in the bathroom and my sister was like, Julie, like, can you come in here? Somebody's in here. And I was like, what? And so I went in her stall and there was a woman who had passed away. She was dead. And she was in the corner of the stall and she had, I guess, overdosed. And
wait, what the fuck? Hold on a minute. This got very strange. Okay, go on.
Yeah, she's probably still scarred from it. She actually she drew like a picture of it to try to therapeutically like get over it. But there was this woman and like that was like curled up in the corner of in my sister's stall. I guess my sister was using the bathroom and like turned and looked and saw somebody. And so she came out and we like told my mom and my mom told somebody working and they brought in like paramedics and everything. But she was already, I mean, you could tell by the color of her skin that she was already dead. But yeah, so it was an interesting family encounter. And then too, like we went to all the night parades my parents took us to, and there were so many, I mean, just straight up naked people, like walking the streets with like, just like yarn as like, as underwear. And it's like, that's not
normal.
Well.
And the show has reached a new low.
Yeah,
I know that. It's a new one too. Sorry. No, that is crazy. That's an epic story. Can we talk about the Bills again, please? Because I need to go back to my happy place with that one.
Sorry.
Good Lord. Epic story. Can you give us one crazy TMZ story from the whole Super Bowl weekend? I know you're very family oriented, but you got to watch. There's got to be one crazy which in the Super
have to have
Bowl, I
seen
guess
something
if
crazy.
you're
Oh gosh.
Even if it's 50 cent hanging upside down.
like, yeah,
Was
exactly.
there was nothing like it was very like
$1.50 now.
I'm telling you, like out of comparing it to like the Jacksonville playoff game, which was like the most insane tailgate. Because I just remember walking around that tailgate, and there were people literally like holding fireworks like in their hands and letting them just explode in their hands. Like they weren't even, they weren't even like setting
That
them
was
down.
happening in Jacksonville.
Oh, Jacksonville! It was
No way.
it was
That was the worst that J word was the worst I've ever been in my life. We've established we're never going through Duval again. Tapanil, we made a
driving
blood
around
vow.
it.
We're gonna go do one of these numbers and go through around Duval.
Yeah, because that was 2 in a row. That was the only those were 2. It was the playoffs, and then it was this year.
Yeah, 2017 and this year, never.
Games.
Nope.
They were terrible games.
They're both horrible.
The weather
games.
was crap. The weather was crap. It was raining cold the Saturday for the big party, for all the gathering, for the trifecta. What about the trifecta? And then it just, that morning, it stopped raining, but it was still cold.
Yeah.
We'll never go back there again.
But yeah, that was, there wasn't like, again, because like the tailgate was very like weirdly sophisticated. Like, again, we were at the on location tailgating thing, which was all you can drink, all you can eat, but everyone was very like proper even. Like it was very, that's why it was just such a weird experience because, yeah, it did.
Can you read it out, but in an accent that you think he would talk? Let's do Chinese. Oh, we don't kick off the internet. Do Chinese. He's obviously, Mr. Diggs is obviously Chinese.
Me?
Yeah, you. Come on.
Okay. Ouch. Family trip took a turn. No, that was like Irish.
They always sound Irish. I know.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, Irish, Chinese. But I forgot my.
You broke the internet.
You're talking about
congratulations. You broke the internet again.
But yeah, it was. I'm really losing my train of thought now.
It's fine. I do that all the time. Tapanil saves us. Save us, Tapanil.
I am. Jacksonville's tailgate was very proper. You were not at our tailgate. That's why. We were.
No, not the Jacksonville tailgate. The Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah,
same thing here.
That's why that's why I met Tapanil. The first Tampa, Jacksonville tailgate.
You're talking about the Super Bowl.
But when we go to the Super Bowl next year in Phoenix, we're start planning it.
Well, because you didn't see any. There were like Barstool didn't have any videos from like any tailgates at the Super Bowl. Like it was. I mean, that's because it was very like mellow. Like it was. I don't.
We could see the streets where they were doing the parade. It was. Embarrassing.
Yeah, nobody cared. But as far as to like, I mean, the Jacksonville was the best as far as like Bills Mafia. I feel like tailgating with that playoff game. Not this last game, but the playoff game before.
2017 was epic. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. But Green Bay, I feel like had the most welcoming when we played them. I think it was like 3 years ago. It was another terrible game. I think it was like 3-9, 3-11 or something. We lost, and it was such a boring game. But their fan base was super fun to tailgate with. They were probably my favorite away team to tailgate with. The most
more than Kansas City?
Green Bay.
No, I know, but more than Kansas City, though?
Yeah. No, I didn't like Kansas City.
Wow.
Oh, really? I had a blast in Kansas City.
Well, we had a guy behind us that was very annoying because I bring a poster I bring a sign to every game I go to, and there's like a story behind that. But I bring a sign to every game I go to, and the guy behind me, before the game even started, I like held it up, and it wasn't even the coin toss yet, and he was starting calling me names and all this stuff. So,
what?
Yeah, so that just and he had a little kid with him. And so from that point on, I was like, I hate Kansas City fans. Like, that just ruined it for me.
Oh, man. You can't, just because I was going to make an inappropriate joke. He's a douchebag, but not all Kansas City fans are like that, because we're actually good friends with Kansas City fans, and they're just like us. So sorry you had to experience that one. But next year, when we're all going, we're going to make it the most epic party with Kansas City fans and Bills Mafia. Stay tuned. Damn, Neil, you got to orchestrate something.
Well, we're playing them again in Kansas City this year, right?
Yeah, next year. Look, this year. What did I say next year? Yeah, absolutely this year. And I can't wait because it's going to be epic. Right, Tampa Neil?
Absolutely. Mike said he's going to get me a turkey fryer so that I can do a turkey when we're there.
Tampa Neil is going to have like all these people from all these different backers that have.
That's the plan.
As a turkey fryer. When Tampa Neil's in town, is like Tampa Neil's in town, turkey fried wings over there. You know, he makes the best wings in the world.
Well, hopefully it'll be like closer to the beginning of the season, so the weather's a little nicer. Because when I went for the playoff, it was for the AFC Championship. It wasn't very good weather. It was cloudy and snowy and cold.
The worst weather was the coldest game in the world, and that was against the Patriots that we absolutely destroyed. Are you kidding me?
It didn't feel that cold. Like, I mean,
of course, because your heart was like this.
Yeah, I guess like at a certain point, it's just like everything is freezing. So it's just like whatever, everything's freezing. But yeah, to me, I guess because it's a lot easier to walk from the stadium back to your car after you just completely destroy a team too. So that helps.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So you're talking about there's a backstory with the signs. Can you give us that backstory?
Yeah. So growing up, basically, I started to get involved in Bills because on Sundays it was either you go shopping with my mom or you go to the bar with my dad and watch the Bills game. And so I would go shopping with my mom, Monday through Friday because we had to. So I didn't want to do that on Sunday. So I was like, oh, I'll go to the Bills, watch the football game with my dad. So I remember being like too young where they said, she can't be at the bar. She's too young to be sitting at the bar. And so we'd have to go sit in like a normal like table or whatever. But I remember my dad, he taught me everything about the positions, who's like all the stuff from a young age. But my grandfather also did the same thing. He would talk to me on the phone. He actually had 2 heart attacks during Bills games and refused to go to the hospital because he wanted to see the rest of the game. And but anyways, when he passed away in 2013, he was like, our thing was like puns that we would do with each other. We would always tell each other like funny puns. And he was like, when I pass away, any game you go to, bring a sign and have it be a pun. And that way I can find you from heaven and see where you're sitting. And it's like I'm watching the game with you. So I make a sign and it's always a pun. And I bring it to all the games that I go to. And you can see it.
Bless you, Tampa Neil, but that's badass.
Thank you.
No, not your sneeze. Your sneeze, bro.
No, I was saying thank you to bless you.
The way your eye looked, it looked like you're talking to me. All right. Now I'm lost, completely lost. Thank you, Julie, for swaying the conversation, making it so melodramatic.
Sorry. But yeah, so that's why I bring the signs to the games. And Atlanta was the only stadium. The stadiums always let me bring in signs, and Atlanta was the only stadium that refused to let me bring in a sign. But all the other ones, yeah, I bring in signs too. So,
Mr. Diggs, here we go.
Oh, he's back.
Whose turn is it? Wait, we're gonna do round 2, Julie. Round 2 this one.
Okay, this might be a completely different accent, but I'll try.
All right, let's hear your best one.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and kick her out of this episode.
I can't do it.
Please come back. Fuck these guys.
It's hard under pressure. Okay. I've 2 games. I think he means I've gone to 2 games. I've gone to 2 games in Pittsburgh, and Steelers fan are a lot like Biz Mafia. In my
I'm gonna cut you off. We're gonna stop this guy because first off, if you're gonna chat, put English so we can understand. Let me translate. And that's it. I
Was that
don't really, I really
Klingon?
cannot
Who was
understand that one. He must be drunker than us to combine, Tampa Neil, and possibly you, Julie.
Is he a new person to listen to podcasts, or does he comment every time?
Diggs, we first time ever.
You think it's Diggs' dad?
I mean,
I would still tell him the same thing. Dear Mr. Diggs, please
help us.
can you
while reading your stuff.
explain a little more on what you're asking there, bub?
So
What is a Brian Van Slyke accent, Tampa Neil?
I
Do you
don't
know
know.
what a Brian Van Slyke accent is?
I don't know. I was trying to figure that
Should we
out.
call Bob and ask him, because that's messed up that he's going to go ahead and just
Let me
ruin the
Google that.
store. Brian Van Slyke accent. Go ahead, do it.
yeah,
Do it
no,
now. Do it now. Do it. What? Do it.
okay, like broad.
Here we go, Mr. Diggs. This is all you again, Julie.
Sorry, guys. Laugh aloud, can't type.
That was a leprechaun in lieu of St. Patrick's Day coming up
There we go. I like it.
17th. Nice one.
Yeah,
That was a good one.
Yeah, he's changing. I guess.
Have you all tossed the word epic? Go, that's it. Okay. Neil, epic. That was epic. I think it's a word.
That is pretty
I wish
epic. I
I could
agree.
copyright it.
Did you find out who that guy was? But the accent person that he said to do.
That's
Brian
me.
Van Slyke?
My
That's
name is Brian Van Slyke. He was progging at me. I'm Brian Van Slyke.
Oh, I didn't know that was your last name.
Yeah.
Oh,
He didn't tell anybody. It's a secret. It's I'm on witness protection, and now I'm fucking dead. So thank you for killing me. I'm used an ex-mafioso, ex-boss. Forget about it. That deer on the cool, calm water. Oh my goodness, this is epic. Okay, so besides that, for that TMZ story, can you give us how about blast in the past? Because you've been to a lot of games. What about
Best game.
TMZ from previous games? What is your most epic tailgate that you can just recall? Like, oh my God, you got to hear this tailgate.
gosh, I feel like the best story is like the one that's going to happen when we win the Super Bowl, because I mean, everyone asks me, have you jumped off a table? Have you well, okay. So
We're all breaking tables.
So have you?
No, I haven't. I'm saving it for the Super Bowl for sure. But my brother's friends have a
Don't slur my fucking words. Do I slur my words?
Not yet.
not that I know of. Not that I can tell.
That's my sister, by the way.
Oh.
She's always saying that. Sorry. Please continue.
No, you're fine. My brother's friends have a small school bus that they converted into like a Bills like fur bus, whatever kind of thing. And I forget what game it was. I don't remember what game it was. It was a game with a ton of snow and everything. And I was on top of the bus. We were on top of the bus, like dancing and everything. And at one
The
point,
Colts game? That was like when I think of snow, it was Colts game.
Yeah.
no, actually, it was a Cowboys game like 5 years ago. And it was like the last game of the season. Neither team had a chance for the playoffs. And yeah, I think it was the last game of the season. And yeah, it was like terrible weather. I don't know why we went. But anyways, the bus was there and we were all like dancing on top of the bus and stuff. And then at one point I slid down like I guess the front windshield, and the windshield wipers came off when I slid down it or whatever, and they broke off. And I like told the guy who owned the bus, I was like, my brother's friend, I was like, hey, I'm really sorry. Like I broke off the windshield wipers. And they're like, oh, those are fine. Like we never use those. And he was like, they haven't worked in like years. And I'm like, I'm driving the snow in Buffalo, like you, but no, just like, and there's so many, like I said, that Jacksonville thing, like I just walked around and I just remember seeing people literally holding, like one guy was holding the fireworks, like as they were going off and stuff. And I mean, that was probably like there are people with.
Please tell me that he blew his hand off. I mean, he told
I don't know what happened.
John Paul Pierre. Come on.
Jason Pierre Paul, yeah.
Fireworks. You know it's going to explode. And if you know you're doing that, I'm sorry. I wish you best of luck. I hope you have a good insurance plan. but you fucking deserve it, sir.
Yeah, there was. I mean, the Washington game a couple years ago too, when we played in Washington, lost that game. At that point, we had I remember we had a 2% playoff chance. If we won that game, we ended up losing it, so we were knocked out completely. But there was a guy who he was trying to do a 180 or something off of an outhouse onto a table, and he did something, and I just remember watching him lay there for a while, and everyone was like, is what happened to is he
Somebody
okay?
poke him with something, do
but,
something
everyone
like that meme.
Do something, yeah.
Do something.
But we just all walked away. Everyone just walked away. And
You pulled the Matthew Stafford. You pulled the Matthew Stafford when that kick broke her back in half, guts everywhere. And Matthew Stafford's like, I'm gonna go drink tea over here.
Yeah, we were the original Matthew Staffords, I guess. But yeah, looking back now, it's I wonder whatever happened to that guy. But and then too, the Kansas City, the AFC Championship, there was the one guy who he lit the table. It was on fire and stuff, and the grass all around it was on fire too. And he just completely missed the table and just went straight on the grass. But and they always try to. It's funny because they always try to make it, no matter how they land, they always want to make it look like, oh yeah, that was awesome. It didn't hurt at all. But you can tell when people
next morning their complete backside is black and blue because they're wasted and your blood is thin. Trust me, I know from experience.
Yeah, but it's so
I was sore for about a week afterwards. We did that, Brian.
Oh, I am not as young as I used to be.
Have y'all broken tables?
Oh, do we have that clip, Tampanil?
Yeah. We have the clip. Of course we have.
Did we save it? We saved it, right? Because by the way, we are collecting just a story of videos of tables being broke. We're going to be using for our new intro. So if you guys got them, send them to our email, breakingtablespodcast@gmail.com. Same with you, Julie. If you have any cool videos that you've seen that you've recorded, send them in. We'll make a good little mashup out of that.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
Style.
I'm on Instagram.
Okay.
Wait, so y'all have broken them?
I'm sorry, what's that?
We have done one, yes.
Together? You guys broke it together?
Oh yeah. It was epic. It was absolutely epic. Well, I mean, it could have been better. It was the J word. We were in the wall.
It was this last.
I do not have the video anymore. It is not
this previous. You don't have the video, Tampany?
I mean, I could.
Did you email it? That's fine.
What did you guys
the world
jump
will
off?
never see it.
Did you jump off of a bus or an outhouse or what?
The back of his truck.
The back of my truck.
Oh, did you light it on fire?
No, we didn't do that. No.
So you have something.
I could have breathed on it, and because of the bottle of Jaeger that somebody put in a Crown bottle that I was obviously told me I was drinking Jaeger, so I'd walk up to people. I'm like, "Hey, would you like a shot? COVID free?" And they're like, "Oh, we don't drink Jaeger, or we don't drink Crown." I'm like, "Lucky for you,
you're in luck.
It's Jaeger, so you have to drink it." They're like, "Okay, you got me."
How'd you guys land it? Did you go from did you go from the side?
I just kind of fell off picture a bowling pin.
So you just
picture a bowling pin. Tab and Neil actually jumped. I just kind of
all right, here you go.
Did it?
Here it
you
is.
got it? Oh, I saw this somewhere.
Let's go, Buffalo!
I gotta record this. Hold on a minute.
I follow you, Jelly Cook. 1, 2, 3, go!
All right.
So did you do it again?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm actually stocking up on tables now. That's the off season, which is normally the cheapest. So you stack up and you send some money out to the places that you're going to visit. That's why I'm trying to get the Bills backers on board so I can say, hey, I need at least this many tables.
I mean, I guess we can't have a show called Breaking Tables and never broken a table.
Jared Reed, I am going to be up there this end of the month, which is next weekend for the signing. The game plan is to do the signing. It's going to be epic. Ryan said it's always boring, and I challenge accepted. It's going to be epic. We're doing a live show from there. And I'm probably gonna have like an open bar. I don't know, make it interesting. And then afterwards, that Saturday, we're having a huge party at my sister's house, 20 minutes away, which is the house I grew up with. That she kind of commandeered. Just kidding. It's her house now. But it's gonna be absolutely epic. And then that next morning, we're gonna wake up in that Sunday morning. So by the way, anybody who's going to be up there and going to hang out with us, you are welcome to crash at our house. Just get an air mattress. And if you don't have an air mattress, let us know so we can get you an air mattress. But it's going to be epic. What did Katie Wetmore say? Tampa Neal, how'd your face feel? Looked like Brian smoked you out.
What that means?
She's talking about
my face.
The video. In the video.
All right. Tampa Neal did an awesome jump. I just landed like a pin. I am okay with it. And I will still do it again. And next time, fine. I will take one for the team. And Tampa Neal can just fall over like a bowling pin. Okay. Let Brian, who is obviously a little heavier than Tampa Neal, okay, same age, but obviously not as good shape as Tampa Neal is, let him just take the brunt of it. Maybe I'm being smart. Break table smart, not hard. Huh? Think about that one. Put that in your resume. But Jared Reed, you guys are also welcome to join us.
Billerina, this is one thing that I got to sneak into the Kansas City Chiefs Stadium.
I can't think of her name.
Carla got that for us.
Yes, I ran into her at the Saints. What's it? She has like a cooking Instagram too.
Yeah.
But I ran into her at the Saints game. Oh, Saints was another game that I went to this season. And she gave me that eagle thing, and I have it in my kitchen now.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Now,
So
if you would have gotten that into the Super Bowl, first off, you would have made Bills Mafia history. You'd be up on the wall.
And that company who created that, you would have made them buku bucks.
Are those like a big, is it a small, just local, New Orleans? Like, how is that?
Yeah, they have their normal eagle thing is literally just an eagle. Like, it doesn't say Bills Mafia all over.
They strapped
They made a special one that was a Bills Mafia one.
Oh,
I don't know how they got that set up, but all I know is that they did. And Carla told us about it, and I'm like, I want one. Boom, got one.
Yeah, I'll have to start bringing that to some of the tailgates.
It's one of those, if you know, you know.
Tampa Neal, I'm rereading this for my sister.
I still don't know.
She's very intelligent. Tampa. Okay, is it my turn to do a voice?
I'm sorry. Yeah.
This is my turn to do. This is my sister right here, Katie Wetmore. Even though I have a mustache, I'm going to emphasize she has a mustache. Hello, Tampa Neal. How'd your face feel? Looked like Brian smoked you out. Like
Pat Mahomes on the show. Sweet.
Like what's that one guy from Police Academy? What's his Goldwing? Bobcat Goldwing, right? Goldwing. That's Katie right there. So what the fuck that means? Honestly, I don't know what that means. And she says in the video, watch it. Can you play the video again, Tampa Neal? Cool. I can't go to bed without, I get that sometimes you're a little special, Catherine, but I'm going to defend your honor here. Yeah, you always get a right to speak on the show.
Oh, she's an adorable family. It's like they're in Disney.
Yeah, that's the group that's going to get the party rock and rolling next weekend. All right, well, Tampa Neal, before you finish that Julie, thank you so much for joining the show. This has been fun. I hope you had a good time.
Yeah,
it was absolutely great to meet you. We can't wait to see you in person to have some of Tampa Neal's famous Jello shots or that fun stuff. Hold on a minute before we say bye to
okay.
Buffalo Billerina. Okay, we're watching the video.
I felt like you were definitely supposed to do it. And we had to change.
1, 2, 3, go!
What the fuck? No, all right.
All right.
Sheldon. Sorry, dude. Sheldon. Man, excuse me, but
I don't
you're
know.
no longer allowed to go hang out with us for this signing coming up. I'm just kidding. He's gonna be like, what the fuck? Jill, thank you so much for hopping on. This is epic. I told you we both told you that this is a very just chilled, laid back, get to know you. It's awesome that you represent Buffalo everywhere. Buffalo Bills everywhere. You're a top fan. And then when you're 95 years old in your same tutu gear, you're gonna be they're gonna dynamite the entire Bills, like the Mount Rushmore of fan bases, and they're just gonna make a giant mountain of you with your tutu.
That would be amazing. It better happen. I'm counting on that to happen for sure. Well, thanks for having me. This was a lot of fun.
Awesome. Well,
Appreciate
cheers,
you being
by
on.
the way.
What are
Cheers
your
to you.
games you're going to this year?
Cincinnati for sure, Chicago, and then if the opener, I always try to go to the opener, but I heard that there's rumors that it's going to be the Rams and Bills. So I don't know. I'm trying to go to like different stadiums, so I don't really want to go to because the Rams, I think the one is it would be in LA.
It's in LA, yeah.
And I really don't want to.
Neil, what's your record on the games that you go to? Are you going to that home? If we play the Rams, the opener, are you going to that?
Yeah. That was a game I wanted to go to, that's for sure. Because I haven't been to SoFi.
Oh yeah, you should definitely go.
Mm-hmm.
Stadium is amazing.
Yeah,
So,
amazing.
Well, my cousin lives right out there now, so
it's almost as cool as the
better.
Bills helmet bar in Toronto.
Damn, man, that might change my birthday quite a bit because we're supposed to go to the Keys for my birthday.
Go to the Bills helmet bar, bro. Make a Mecca trip.
I mean, that's just a rumor, but it would make sense. I mean, that would get a lot
That
of
would
viewers.
absolutely make sense. I know.
Yeah. I haven't looked at all the Rams, like the teams that they're hosting for games, but I mean, what better game could you get than hosting the Bills?
Well, I thought that was going to happen here. I thought that it was going to be Tampa and Buffalo to be the home game, and it wasn't. They picked Dallas.
Yeah.
Good choice there. But yeah, that makes sense. But the schedule is weird, so they don't know.
Yeah. Hopefully, I mean, I liked that the first game of the season's usually, I like it when it's in Buffalo, so that I can just go to the home opener and have it be the first game of the season. But
it's warm.
We'll see. We have a long ways to wait. End of April, usually.
So many days. I just cannot wait for some football. Please. This may happen tomorrow. That is epic. Buffalo Billerina, aka sometimes you're often called Julie. Where can we find you? Can we, even though you've pretty much are Insta famous?
Yeah, my Instagram is at Buffalo Billerina. And that's all. Well, if you want to check out my website, my old website, flirtin10.org. Was it? That's what it was. I don't know if it still exists.
I think gotta go, right? It's still active, right? Flirtin 10.
I don't know. I'll have to.
Let's Google this one right now. Everybody, stop what you're doing. I don't care if you're driving. Pull the hell over. Flirtin 10, right?
Yeah. Let me make sure it was .org.
I got a virus.
Oh, .org.
Or no, wait. Was it? Let's see. Flirtin. Maybe if we try in Flirtin 10, Julie.
The number 10 or spelling out 10.
Hope we're not ever. I'm not gonna finish that joke.
I might have to. Maybe I'll just send it to you if I can.
Absolutely epic. That's fine. Yeah, absolutely epic. Thank you so much for hopping on. It was great to meet you. Cannot wait to see you in person. Where I'm sure because we're gonna go. Myself and Tap and Neil, we like to go to different games and enjoy the experiences, enjoy the tailgate, get to know people. And we're so glad that you were able to hop on as a guest and just shine a light to the Bills community that there is a light down the tunnel. And we're going to kick off very soon before you know it. So wait to thank you for allowing us to time travel to kick off, Julie?
Yeah, anytime.
We get a pound your beer now. You haven't drank yet. Pound it.
I have to what?
Pound it. Shotgun your
Cheers.
beer.
Found it.
Oh, it's gone. My brother was supposed to bring me another one and he hasn't. So
Where was that guy to the car wheel? He was
Jesse,
supposed
what
to.
the hell?
I know.
Jesse, all right.
Fail.
Dan with the car wheels. But I will end with saying go Bills.
Go Bills. Tampa Neal. Fun show tonight, buddy. Where can we find
Well, that's a good show, man. You can find us always on YouTube. Make sure you pull us up there. Subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. This way it will pop up to you and let you know that we are on. Tell all your friends. Tell your brothers, your cousins, your neighbors. Pull us up on Facebook. Make sure you hit that like button. Hit us up on Instagram. Subscribe to the not subscribe. Just hit that you like us. Come on. Tell us how much you love us. Now, tomorrow, when you are driving into work, let's face reality, morning shows suck. Just pull us up on Spotify, wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Pull us up, listen to us when you're driving.
I'm not offending people doing that.
And you know what? If you're just like bored at home, like what the fuck? Hey Alexa, play Breaking Tables podcast. She'll play it. See, you hear her? She's playing it. All right, Alexa, quiet.
Thank you.
Alexa, shut up.
I'm still gonna play it.
She's still gonna play. I don't know how to. I could never. My wife tells me how to work, and I still don't know how to work it. She doesn't listen to me. Like my
Fantastic.
Brian.
This is epic. This is absolutely epic. This, so much fun. Thank you again, Julie, for hopping on. I'm sorry we disclose your name. Everybody knows you as Buffalo Billerina, and we revealed your secret identity. So Tampa Neal apologizes. Not my fault. Tampa Neal's fault for leaking the news. We're gonna blame on the guy we're gonna blame it on the guy on the jet ski behind you, Tampa Neal.
It was definitely the guy on the jet ski.
It's been absolutely fun. Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you. When's the next time? Monday night, right? We're gonna have Mike Runkle, famous race car driver who happens to be a Bills fan. He's gonna be joining our show. Only on Bill in Buffalo, brought to you by BuffaloAutographs.com and Coco's Fashions. This is Breaking Tables. Julie, thank you so much.
Hi, thanks.
Don't go anywhere. They always leave. Oh my goodness. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you Monday night, 7:30, as always. It's going to be a big show with Mike Runkle. Bye-bye.